Retired General Keith Kellogg joins me now. General, if a second front opens up in Israel and threatens to overwhelm the IDF, what should our military role be?
Yeah, Stuart, well, thanks for having me. Look, if a northern front opens, and that's with Hezbollah, that is an Iranian surrogate. And the Iranian has their hands all over it. There needs to be a preemption. And what I mean by a preemption is I'm hoping that the Biden administration is reaching out to Iran through surrogates and say, if you do that, you are now party to this conflict. And the reason we have two carrier battle strike groups sitting there, or soon we'll have two there, including the Bataan ARG Amphibious Ready Group, is we can reach out and touch you. And it's not by aircraft necessarily, but on board those two task forces, they've got uploaded with guided missile cruisers and guided missile destroyers around 600 Tomahawk land attack missiles. Those ranges over 1,500 miles. They can reach Tehran. They can reach Fordo nuclear facility. They can reach and touch Iran when they want to. And we need to tell them, if you're involved, we know your fingerprints are all over this, don't do it. And that gives Israel a backstop. It allows them to go into Gaza and handle Hamas.
Yes.
They've done this before, Stuart, in 2014. They only lasted about a month. This time they need to go in and clean Hamas out.
But General, the Iranians would have to believe that our commander-in-chief would order that kind of Tomahawk missile strike into Iran, and they may not believe it.
Yeah, Stuart, you just hit, that's the $64,000 question. Do you have the will to do it? You can have the greatest military in the world, but if you haven't got the will to pursue, then you've got a problem. Look, I'd remind everybody, 30 Americans are dead, over 19 are held hostage right now. When, in our last administration, when we were there, they killed one American and we took out Soleimani.
Right.
Clearly a message was sent. We were willing to drop gloves, to use a hockey term. This president does as well. And he needs to send that message, and he needs to follow with force. You have a great concern. So do I. Will they really do that if something happens? Or we'll try to go, well, we need to mediate. We need to let them try to figure out how to go to a peace agreement. They shouldn't. Hamas is a terrorist group. They need to finish them off. They need to clear it out. And it's going to be a tough fight by them going in. But it's going to be a fight they have to do.
Quick response to this one. U.S. defense officials say we downed 2 drones that tried to strike a base in Iraq that houses American soldiers. Is the war, the widening war, has it already started?
Well, we've been at war with basically Iran ever since, 2 decades ago. And we need to understand that. These are the messages, Stuart, we need to send to them. If you kill an American, we are coming for you. And we need to do that, and we need to prosecute that. So if those drones, which they probably did, came out of Iran, or they came out of Iranian surrogates inside Iraq, then we need to let them know that we're coming for them. And they have to believe that message. I'm not too sure, unfortunately, they believe that message now. And here's why. Because they restarted funding. They tried to normalize relations with Iran. We backed away from that. They funded the Palestinian Authority, but we took money away from that. Remember, there's an act called the Taylor Force Act that restricted any money going to the Palestinian Authority because it's called pay for slayers. We took that money away in the last administration, and and this administration reinstated that. And then this normalization of Iran and U.S. relations is a huge mistake. Iran's a terrorist state. They chant, like they did 12 days ago, death to America, death to Israel. Remember, Golda Meir a few years ago said, when an opponent says they want to kill you, believe them. And we need to believe them.
General Keith Kellogg, thanks for being with us, General. Always appreciated. Thank you, sir.